right, welcome to episode number 76 of the Let's Discuss Gaming podcast. I am your host, Triple J. Joining me is my co-host, Dr. Games 101.
Hello, people.
Tonight, we're going to try to finish what we started 2 weeks ago with the Ubisoft Direct. I think Nintendo Direct had a 40-minute presentation, so we're going to bring you what was announced there. And the other news that's happened over the last 2 weeks. You ready to start? You ready to resume, basically?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be an interesting show tonight.
Yep. All right, the first one up. The Crew Motorfest celebrates car culture in Hawaii. Today's Ubisoft Forward brought us a deeper look at the Crew Motorfest, with a look at the setting of Oahu, Hawaii, and the racing we can expect to enjoy there. Players will explore the city of Honolulu, drive up volcanic rocks, and along beachside. It seems clear that the Crew Motorfest has drawn at least some inspiration from the destination-focused gameplay of other racing games like Forza Horizon. The game is also embracing the focus on car collection, including an option to import your car collection from the prior Crew game. The Crew Motorfest is targeting a beta in July, so players should be able to get a better sense of the racing action in just a few weeks. The game is out on September 4th for PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Did you play the previous Crew game, or...?
I did have a copy of it via the Xbox Games with Gold many years ago, and I have it to this day on my hard drive. But after all these years, I haven't got just to play it fully yet. I heard good things about the game. It's kind of like similar to the Need for Speed, Split Second from the Xbox 360 years, as well as Burnout Paradise. So it has that niche of an audience or niche of a following on Xbox and PS4. So it's good. It looks good to me in my perspective. Even though I'm not a big fan, I will admit this, I'm not a huge fan of racing games for quite some time now. The only racing game I liked the most was Daytona 1997, 96 for the Sega Saturn, where that song goes like, Daytona, we're going to win it, shit like that, That was pretty cool, the soundtrack and all, but that was like over... 30 years ago almost. Damn. Feels like 30 years ago. I'm telling you, man, time flies, and the Crew is this good add-on to promote this game coming up this September, I think it is, right? Am I right? It's coming out September or October, right? The latest. So
September 14th it's scheduled for.
Perfect. All right. Just 3 days after.
But the beta is going to be sometime this month, so...
Do I have to pre-order in order to play the beta?
I don't think pre-orders matter. I think you have to sign up for the beta.
I see. Okay. Well, I hope it's Xbox One.
Yeah, we need more racing games. Unfortunately, the last one I really enjoyed was Split Second. Forza Horizon has basically had a monopoly on the racing games as of late. I mean, unless you want to count Gran Turismo, which was Sony's offering, which people were not happy with Gran Turismo 7, and that's really all we've had. So I'm glad that another franchise is coming into the racing game market. Hopefully, it'll satisfy people who weren't happy with Forza or Gran Turismo as of late.
Especially with Gran Turismo 7, when they're asking $2 million for 2 million units for some card microtransaction. How could they, the makers of Gran Turismo? That's crazy right there. They're making sure people are like that poor enough that not to able to afford some of these cars. Like, of course, you can collect it over time, earn in credits and all, but it'll take you like months, if not years, to get to that point.
Yeah, but I mean, keep in mind, Gran Turismo's been around since like the original PlayStation, and we're only at the 7th entry. So
yeah, surprisingly.
It's not like Gran Turismo is going to come out. It's not like Gran Turismo 8 is going to come out in 12 months and everything's going to be gone. It's Gran Turismo is going to be around for 7 is going to be around for a few years. But yeah, if you got the money to buy 2,000 units or 2 million units of virtual currency just to spend on a car in the game, what are you doing with that money? Must be burning a hole in your pocket.
Yes, gotta be at least like $30, $20 for just to get one car.
Oh, it's probably more than that. It's probably you probably get like 100,000 units for like $100.
Damn,
So like multiply that by 20.
that's crazy.
Ready to move on though?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. Next, some news about Assassin's Creed.
This looks good.
Assassin's Creed Nexus VR and codename Jade get new trailers. Ubisoft Forward provided some new glimpse at two of its other upcoming Assassin's Creed projects. First up is Assassin's Creed Nexus VR, which comes to MetaQuest 2 and 3 later this year. The game lets players control Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2, Connor from Assassin's Creed 3, and Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey in first person through an original story that lets players parkour, hide in the shadows, assassinate targets in a more immersive avenue than VR provides. Check out the CG trailer below. We next saw footage of gameplay from Assassin's Creed codename Jade, the free-to-play mobile title set in ancient China that was announced last September. The brief montage showed off shots of the detailed open world and the signature Assassin's gameplay. Jade is the first title that lets the player build their own protagonists from scratch, and you can register now to join the game's first playable beta. So, do you care about Assassin's Creed Nexus or Jade?
Well,
And
I did saw the trailer of the Assassin's Creed Nexus VR trailer a few hours ago, and it looks good. It looks very decent, and it may not be the most perfect of the perfect, obviously, but we're getting there little by little with the VR technology over the last 30 years now, and it looks better than the ones the ones from the 1990s of that VR technology. So, given the 20 more years, they can perfect it to the point where it be something out of the movie Ready Player One that I saw the first half of it earlier this week. That's a good movie about the virtual reality and finding that those three keys and all that they mentioned in the movie. So it could be the next 20 years. It's going to be something similar like that with the VR experience, and everyone can afford it by then. Because right now, some of these augmented VRs and other VR versions are asking like 3,500, like Apple's asking for a few days ago, and people
yep,
were gasping in the audience of the reveal in one of these clips I saw on the internet. I'm not sure exactly where I found the clip, but these group of people on Twitter profile I saw through a video saying that the VR cost $3,500, and people were like, "Whoa." And they were like, and that was expensive too. Like that's enough to get you a down payment on a car, or buy a
right,
used car, a decent used car, And
right.
most of us, poor saps, we still poor saps to this day though, and we can't afford $3,500 for a augmented VR headset. Apple should be ashamed of themselves as that one of those companies. But hopefully,
Well, none
yeah,
of the VR stuff is cheap. All the VR stuff is in the thousands of dollars.
but not 3,500. If I recall
No, some of
correctly,
it's even more expensive.
okay, because the Oculus Rift back in what 3, 4, 5 years ago for the Xbox One and all, they asked you like maybe like was it $700, $800 at least for it. So that's not that bad
Yeah,
at the time.
yeah, but this is like a VR. It's really if you got to have like a big checkbook if you're going to get in the VR gaming. Um, Everyone wanted VR to be gaming to be a thing. The
Right.
problem is the technology is so expensive unless you have a lot of money, a lot of disposable income, and I mean a lot of it.
Oh
You're
yeah.
not going to be able to experience it.
Oh yeah. Crazy.
You're going to have to be like upper class or really high upper class to be able to afford it, or you have to be, making a lot of money somewhere.
Oh yeah. And speaking of Assassin's Creed of its new entry, I hear that this is not a rumor necessarily, but it's been played for years now. They're gonna have Assassin's Creed 2, the movie, coming out sometime this decade. I'm not sure exactly when exactly. It should be the earliest like 2024, 2025, 2026 at the latest. So give or take. So it'd be good. Hopefully they'll improve the acting, and the action was good in the first Assassin's Creed movie at all, but the acting wasn't all that necessarily out of the blue, out of the water. Like you see, got some good hits, good kills, good attacks and stuff like that. But the acting was not there for that first Assassin's Creed movie. So hopefully, when these Assassin's Creed games come out over the next several months, the second movie should come out, and perhaps you'll up the ante on the promos of the sales of Assassin's Creed games, even the VR versions. So let's see what happens. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, uh, that's the new Assassin's Creed stuff coming out. That's not the only Assassin's Creed stuff coming out because they're also working on Assassin's Creed Mirage,
Mm-hmm.
which is our next topic. You want to get to that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Meanwhile, check out gameplay from Assassin's Creed Mirage. Today during Ubisoft's Forward event, we got a new look at gameplay from Assassin's Creed Mirage, a throwback of sorts to the long-running series roots. In the footage, we see a few assassinations, a chase, and our protagonist Basim taking on missions. There's also a look at some of Basim's special powers. Check out the gameplay footage below. Notably, the Assassin's Creed series shifting away from this style of game was in fact due to franchise fatigue. 2017's Assassin's Creed Origins took the series toward an RPG slant, furthered by Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Valhalla. But all old things are new again, and fatigue gives way to nostalgia. It'll be interesting to see how and if this throwback lands when it comes out. You can also check out a new trailer for the game below. Assassin's Creed Mirage will be released on October 12th. How did you feel? I don't think you played. Let's see. Origins.
Not yet.
I don't think you played Origins, Odyssey, or Valhalla, right?
Not. I did play Valhalla during the free to play weekend back last year, and I did a recording of
Okay.
it. Did a recording of it on my YouTube channel at the time too.
But
About
do you prefer like Valhalla's gameplay or gameplay like a Black Flag?
Black Flag, I have to say. Unity, I kind of like them in its early first 2 or 3 hours of the game because I hear that the Unity had problems with the story and all. So I didn't see any problems, too much problems with the story of Assassin's Creed Unity. But the first hour or two, I was into it. I was chasing after this robber down some streets of the town and stuff like that, and it was pretty cool because you had to go over these obstacle courses and got to pass the guards and got to run by them and shit like that. It was pretty cool. But after that, it was like I think Black Flag takes the cake. It's just I think Black Flag should be the best Assassin's Creed game of all time of all the Assassin's Creed games, in my opinion. Even
I
though
have to disagree.
even though I
I
haven't played
disagree.
as much of it, I will admit though I only did like 5% so far. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, but it still has a good story. It's consistent, good action. There are times that I surprise myself on how to do the double assassinations. It just goes with the flow
Yeah.
of what I think of. Like because it's firsthand. It's like second nature when it comes to the assassinations and some of these moves in Black Flag, but in others like Origin, Unity, maybe Syndicate, maybe did a little bit, not as natural. It's just basically I can't explain it. It's just something about the later Assassin's Creed games. It's like they think more about microtransactions than about quality of the gameplay. So
Well, I have to disagree with you there. As someone who finished Assassin's Creed Rogue and Assassin's Creed Syndicate, at least the main story, and who played more I don't even know where I was in Black Flag when I stopped. I think it was more than 5% though. I have to say I prefer the gameplay of Rogue and Syndicate. Um,
okay,
Rogue was more like the Batman Arkham games, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, where you could like fight off a bunch of people, like 8 people coming after you. You could fight them all off if you knew how to guard with your sword and stuff like that. Syndicate was more action than stealth. You really didn't have to use stealth if you didn't want to. Um, and even Assassin's Creed Black Flag, while they did use stealth, um, it wasn't required like the old school Assassin's Creed games. I'm talking the original Assassin's Creed 2. Um, so there is that.
Assassin's Creed
But
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood, I think that was more stealth, also, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I don't. I know I played Brotherhood. I eventually stopped. Brotherhood and Revelations, I just don't really like. So, it's when it comes to gameplay, I prefer Rogue Rogue, Black Flag, and Syndicate one. Um, because like in the early Assassin's Creed games, the stealth was forced on you. You had to play stealth. There was no way to get around it.
Uh-huh.
Um, but in the newer games, it's I don't know why. Origins was all right, if I remember correctly. Or Odyssey was all right, but then like the other one, I think I played Odyssey, but Origins and Valhalla, just I couldn't get into no matter how much I tried.
Yeah, Valhalla itself, like I said, I played the first hour of it. It's okay. Like I said, if I had the full game, I might get a better, more immersive story out of it because it was a free play day anyway. So basically, I started out as like be part of this party in some castle, and then all of a sudden they got raided by the opposition, and then everything just went chaotic and shit. So it was pretty cool at first. Good scenario at first. It's all right. Um, so I can't say too much about that as bad, but I'm sure if I give it more chances, it should be a good Assassin's Creed game. It doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game, though. I will admit that some strange reason.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see what Mirage is like on when it comes out in October. That's really all I have to say. Ready to move on?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Next. Okay. Opening that. Okay. Next. Check out the gameplay debut of Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws.